EA Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the National Football League. Coming up, two teams ready to square off. It's the Detroit Lions and the Chicago Bears. Mike Tirico, alongside Greg Olsen and Jason Myers, has us set to get started. And off we go from the Windy City. He'll be out of bounds just past the 25.
Bears take over first and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
DC ready?
On the ground, here's the rookie from Southern Cal.
Like, this defense talked all week about the importance of coming out fast and starting this game the right way, and it's less about the loss of yards there on that first play and more about just setting the tone. Hey, we're going to be here all day. We're bringing it, and boy, did they ever.
They'll stick with him again. And he's going to get this one out to the 43-yard line. A gain of 16 yards. Good for a Bears first down.
And these are the explosive runs that open everything up. There's all this conversation about the value of the run game, but when you take a look at the best running teams, Mike, it's not necessarily how many yards they run for, it's how many big plays do they generate on the ground. And when you can generate big plays on the ground, it makes everything so much more difficult for the defense. So these, Mike, are the body blow runs. They're not big gains, they're nothing fancy, but they really set that physical tone for the rest of the game where now a good play caller can use some of these early runs to set up something a little bit bigger down the road.
On second down, they run the counter. And he'll get this ahead. Gain of about 4, and it leads to third down. From the gun, Jackson. Down the field, but it falls incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game? They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
On the ground, it's Raheem Sanders. And he's taken down, but not until he gets to the 32-yard line. They'll gain 17 on that one. A very quick first down. They'll look to throw. The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Work to do now as they come up on second and long. Out of the gun, he'll throw. That's going to be incomplete. Hubbard, very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose, and it's going to force third down.
All things considered, it's actually a pretty good pass. I mean, he puts the ball in a place where only his guy can catch it, But I think he hears those footsteps coming from that nearest defender, and he's not able to secure the catch through contact.
He'll look over the middle and find his running back. And he'll get a good chunk of that yardage back, but he's still well short of the first down. This returnable from inside his own 40. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield.
47-yard line.
Drive will start on the ground. Has to push through that one tackler, but he is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 46-yard line.
Hey. You at X. Hey, middle.
Jackson now on 2nd down. He'll be hit as he throws this time, and it's going to fall incomplete. And he might be fortunate just to avoid the sack, and it'll set up a 3rd down.
Quarterback's lucky on that one, Mike, that ball ended up just harmlessly falling to the ground. It was that initial pressure that got to him that forced the errant throw, and fortunately for this offense, that ball didn't end up going the other way.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. The Lions called their first timeout. Talk things over before 3rd down.
It's hot! 13.
In the shotgun, here's Jackson. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
And this passing game continues to come up short these last couple plays. That's 2 consecutive incompletions in a row. Now they're staring 4th down right in the face.
That's a nice job of making things more manageable for this offense as he takes it back beyond the 25-yard line. They'll begin here on the ground. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up the 1st down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up 1st downs without having to get to 3rd down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38.
Ready? Go!
He's taken down just shy of midfield. Give him 10 more on that one. And another 1st down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground. And I'll tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around. So continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage. Mix in the runs with the pass. And if they can continue to generate these big explosive runs, I don't think they need to go away from it.
And they're going to work this down inside the 45. So we've come to the end of a fairly evenly played opening quarter. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And EA Sports NFL Sunday returns after this. Here's 1st and 10.
Check, Bobcat, check. Get it. Bronco 80.
They'll stay on the ground. And trying to get any kind of burst to these conditions. The only burst is from clouds. Slowed up, just a gain of a couple.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
Out of the gun, here's a run up the gut. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down.
A 1-yard gain brings up 3rd
Cut
and
19.
6.
Cut 19. Red. Like 79 Broncos. Steady.
A shotgun snap. He'll look to throw. And that is incomplete.
Little miscommunication there, and that brings up 3rd down. It just doesn't appear that the quarterback and the wide receiver were on the same page on that last pass.
Here's Jamie Gillen on now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. Didn't get the hop he was hoping for. It bounds into the end zone, and it's a touchback.
20-yard line.
They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10.
180. 180.
And he'll be brought down at the, your guess is as good as mine. Why don't we just say he gained about 3 yards?
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
From the 24 now, here's 2nd and 6.
It's on. Oh. 180.
Back to the ground. He'll get it again. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. Pick up of 11 yards on that one. 1st down, Chicago.
When you go out and invest in a young guy like this to be part of your backfield's future, you got to find ways to get him involved early, and I think here's a case of doing just that.
From the 34 now, it's 1st and 10.
13. 180. What is it?
Now a handoff. Oh, a wrinkle. Here comes a reverse. And he will not be able to turn upfield. They'll drop him behind the line.
This is a play we've seen this offense have success with in the past, but here you have to wonder if they maybe tipped their hand a bit, because that one went nowhere.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11.
180. 180. You.
They'll try to throw here with Jackson. No chance at all. He'll go down.
Sacks are drive killers. And again, sacks in my mind are more of a quarterback stat than they are an offensive line stat. You have to have a clock in your head to understand where the weakness of the protection is, where I got to go with the ball if I'm hot, and at the end of the day, just get the ball out of your hand.
Hey, Ozzie.
3rd and longs for Jackson. Now he'll air one out. That is incomplete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively. It sets up 4th down. Here's Tory Taylor now, as he's on to punt for Chicago. This is taken at his own 30. And it's a a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield.
At their own 45-yard line.
It's first down, and they'll run. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line. It's a nice start to the drive. A gain of 10 and a quick first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
2 minutes to play. Still searching for our first points of the half. Greg and I continue in just a moment.
Come on, set! Cowboy 80! Big Lion! Ready!
Right back to him on first down. Gets to the edge at the 30. And they finally wrestle him down at the Lions' 14-yard line. So 31 yards on this play. A second big one in a row and another first down.
Viking, 18! Ready! 70 Timberwolf! Check up!
And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's second down. The Bears will use one of their timeouts here. And they'll get together prior to this second down play.
Ready? Third! Right there! Cowboy 80! Viking, 18!
It's a jet sweep. They go with McLaurin. Taken down. We have a chance for the first points of this game as they've set up first and goal.
On the go.
Another Detroit Lions.
Here we go.
First
60 bucks. Go.
They'll try to run this one in. This defense backed up, but they bring the fire there. Stop him before he can get past the 3-yard line.
A loss was definitely not something they had accounted or budgeted for in this spot. And now, I think it really limits what do you feel comfortable dialing up here on second and goal.
Now this time they'll look to throw. And he's in. Touchdown Lions. It's his third touchdown on the year. Jason Myers on to attempt the extra point. Oh, big problems there on the conversion. Poor snap. It is no good. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. This taken in at the 8-yard line. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Jackson going to keep this one himself. And he's going to be out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Give him 14 yards on the keeper and a first down. A first down throw for Jackson. He'll take a shot down the middle of the field. That's a second charge timeout to Chicago as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in half number one. They're at the 17-yard line now for first and 10.
It's hot. Hey. Hey, middle.
Jackson forced to his right. Oh, looking end zone, but it is out of the reach of the receiver and incomplete.
That's one he'd love to have back. An opportunity to score 6 was right there for the taking. Just wasn't quite meant to be.
We'll try again. It's 2nd and 10.
Middle. Yeah. What are we? What is it? 13. What are we? What is it?
They'll run. It's Amari DiMercado. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it. And with just 4 seconds left of the first half, a timeout is called. So they send in Will Reichert for this field goal try. This from 30, and this is blocked. Now this is scooped up by a member of the offense. So we reach the intermission in what has been an entertaining one to this point. Back with the second half in just a moment. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And there'll be no return forthcoming, so the ball comes out to the 35.
Ready. Check man. Here we go.
Tight end going in motion here. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
So everything this defense talks about, Mike, is creating negative plays. It's one of the best run defenses in football. Everything is about suffocating you at the line of scrimmage, make you work for everything you get.
19 Tiger.
He'll look to throw. Gets it away quickly, and it's caught. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
Now, on 3rd and 2, they'll try and throw for it. Open man, left side, he's got it. And he's going to have the first down taken down after a short pickup of 5, but it will keep the drive going.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Let's go. Cowboy 80.
They're going to motion the tight end over here. Going back in the backfield. He'll get the carry here. Ooh, some hitting going on now. He was rough right at the line of scrimmage.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Now give on the ground. And some good blocking. Springing up. A gain of 9 as we get to 3rd down.
Remember this one thing. It is not how well or how often you run the ball in the NFL. It's when do you run the ball well in the NFL. And I think that's what a lot of these offensive play callers are starting to realize. Can you run the ball well in critical moments of the game? More important than how many gross yards you run for.
They'll run the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down.
So it's a pretty manageable 3rd down, so they really have the option to run or pass. So they decide to keep the ball on the ground, which I don't mind as long as you've made the decision already that you're willing to use fourth down to pick up the rest of the yards. If not, I think that's a big mistake.
The motion man here is McLaurin. They'll throw out of the gun. That is incomplete. Oh, they elected to throw on 4th and short. It does not work out. They turn it over on down.
Is a turnover on downs.
It's on! It's on! 180! It's on!
Now a run on first down. And he's tough to bring down. Finally, the defense gets him on the ground. It'll be no gain on that
1 yard gain.
from the 43. Here's second down and 9. Now a handoff, running right. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Third down and 9.
Yeah.
Back to throw, Jackson. A gain of 11 on that walk. Good for a Bears first down.
Well, they finally are able to convert on a third down. And, Mike, when you look back at a box score, some of the biggest indications of how well the game went, of course, you don't want to turn the ball over. How do you execute in the red zone? And then how are you on third down? Third downs typically lead to long drives. Long drives tend to lead to points. It's not a real complicated formula. Stay on the field. The more snaps, the more plays, the better.
Tackled by Chris Braxwell. A gain of a
Ball
yard.
spotted at the 45. Here's second and 9.
The Lions' 45-yard line.
Now a give up the middle. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
At the 45-yard line. A 1-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 8.
Throw to the right flat. It is caught. And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this third quarter of play. So, points at a premium. Defensive battle so far as we are through 3. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. So now, out comes the field goal unit in this pressure spot. This to cut the deficit in half. And this one is going to run out of steam. This is short. It's no good. And the deficit will stay right where it is.
You have to give him credit, Mike. I mean, that shows a lot of faith in your kicker because that is an ambitious effort from that distance.
To the ground, a first down run. And he's not going to get away. They're going to bring him down on the other side of midfield.
At this stage in the fourth quarter, great job by the defense understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
On his left sideline, that is complete. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Touchdown, Detroit. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the fourth quarter, get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the fourth quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it. I don't love the call. I mean, all week you practice these gotta-have-it plays. Every call sheet, Mike, has 3 or 4 plays that are down here in the goal line that could also be used as 2-point plays. I think to simply turn around and just hand the ball to your running back, gotta be a little bit more creative. That's a big missed opportunity.
And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Unbalanced look here to the right side on 1st and 10. And he'll try to drive forward. Not a bad gain in these conditions. We'll give him about 5 yards.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
No, we changed it.
At the 32.
Now whistles here and a penalty. I think somebody moved early up front.
DC ready? Hands up! Tonight! 180! Hey, report! Report!
2nd down. Jackson. Rolling right. Oh, he tried to throw it back across his body, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa, who fumbled. And his offense is going to be all set up with a short field and a chance to extend their lead.
So all game, we've seen him take the approach as just being a game manager. But one thing you have to do, if that's the case, is you have to protect the ball. You can't turn the ball over, especially if you're struggling to push the ball downfield. You got a little reckless that time, and the defense made a pay. And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
And up until this point, this is not something that we've seen a lot of. This running back's had a really nice day, so in this case, this rep goes to the defense.
On 3rd down, he'll set up to throw. He's got a man, it's McLaurin. Just his first catch. They have held him in check so far, but that one gives him a 1st down.
That might end up being the backbreaker right now. This defense desperately needed to get off the field and give their offense a chance to cut into this 2-score lead. But instead, they now got to defend a fresh set of downs. And as you look up at this clock, they might be running out of time.
He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal. Ready.
Handoff here, up the middle. He'll try to get back to the line, but he's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Oh, that may be the break they needed. That one's intercepted.
So much of that play comes down to the defender's positioning. Being able to get himself to a spot, to get his hands on the ball, and a chance at that pick. Mike, when that ball was thrown, me and you are sitting here saying, that's a touchdown. And instead, they force a turnover, and now their offense is back on the field.
13. You are X. Nice shot. 180. Nice shot. Let's go. Get hot.
Jackson now to throw on 1st down. That ball flutters to the ground. It's incomplete. Fortunate there wasn't a defender right there in the area. Could have been a turnover. Instead, it brings up 2nd down.
Report. 180. 180. You change it. 180. Nice shot. You change it. Yo.
Now it's Jackson. So, 2 minutes to play here in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. This is a tough spot. 3rd down and 10. They'll drop to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. That is incomplete. Here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because, Snake Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Report! Hey, Ozzy, sit up! Yo.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. And that is incomplete. They had their chance. They took it there. Look, they're trailing late. Got to let it fly. This will wind up a turnover on downs.
Come on.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Quick throw, taken in. He's close to a 1st down. It's a gain of 9. Nice pitch and catch on 1st down.
Okay, ready?
2nd and inches. Blitz coming. He'll throw it. They'll try to hit him with a screen. And he is close to the pilot, but they say he's not in. But he's got the next best thing. No touchdown, but a 1st down. It's 1st and goal.
Ready?
The motion man here is McClure. Rush comes. They're setting up the screen. And he will get into the end zone. Touchdown, Lions.
Jason Myers for the extra point.
Myers, good on the extra point. And the Lions will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Jason Myers set to kick off.
After the TD, Myers comes on now to kick it away. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. From the gun, Jackson. Throw over the middle, and they can't connect. It's incomplete.
So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete. Oh, can't afford another incompletion here. Quickly, it is 3rd and 10. Jackson looking to throw. He'll throw it left and has his running back. Call it a gain of 13. 1st down, Chicago.
That's good for a Bears 1st down.
Jackson up top again. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him.
Brings up 2nd down.
And he'll be taken down around the 29-yard line. 3rd and long.
At the 29-yard line. Brings up 3rd down.
One last shot now for Jackson. And the final throw of the game winds up incomplete.